Okay, this is a really good recipe for potato salad. What you'll need is celery, carrots, red onion, and about a bunch of dill. You'll need potatoes and eggs to hard boil. I do about approximately 1 egg per potato. So, when dicing these potatoes, this is usually how I'll do it, just like this. Put it up on its side, cut the top off, then cut down the middle, and just go in lines like this, and just dice them. Try to keep it consistent with the size. And take that top piece, do the same thing. And luckily for me, I have a cutting board that I can roll. So I can roll it like so. And then what I'll do is I'll just take that and I'll put it into my boiling water. So for hard-boiled eggs, I like to take them after I boil them, which what I'll do, I'll get into first. What I'll do is I'll put them in the water cold, put it on a stove, turn it on without the lid. Once it comes up to a boil, put the lid on, turn the heat off, and let it sit there on the burner for 13 minutes. When it's done, pull it off. And what I like to do is strain the water, strain that hot water, hot boiling water, so that all you have is your eggs left in the pot. And what I'll do is I'll take those hard-boiled eggs, a little bit of the yolk came out, that's okay, and I'll put ice in it. Once you got the ice in that, you just add a little cold water and let them sit. What that does is, it's called shocking it, and what that does is it'll prevent it from cooking any further from the residual heat. And that's how you don't get that green coating around your yolk and hard-boiled eggs. This will prevent that, and you'll see when I peel it. There's a lot of starch in potatoes, so when you boil potatoes, you put your potatoes in the hot water, but keep it kind of low because it's going to expand and it's going to come up as it boils and want to boil over. So if you keep the water a little bit low, of course keep it enough so it covers the potatoes, but you're going to want it to have some room so that it won't overflow. Next thing you'll need to do is cut your carrots, your celery, and your onion. This is the carrots and the celery. I'll show you the onion in a second, but I'll give you a quick demonstration on how I cut this stuff so that you can make it looking nice like that. This, what we'll do, we won't cook it, we'll just fold it into the potatoes, the cooked potatoes and the cooked eggs, and I'll show you from there. But in the meantime, let me show you how I cook these. So what I'll do, I'll take this carrot like so, and I'll go to the side of it and cut a flat end so I can put it up on its side like that. What I'll do is I'll do the same thing but really close all the way down. So you have these little stacks like that. What I'll do is I'll stack it up, boom. And then I'll go down the other way and create these little carrot sticks. So you have these carrot sticks just like so. Just make sure you can see that. Carrot sticks, little carrot sticks, and then you just go down And you just go real close and quick and just don't cut your fingers though. And you make these little cubes. Now, mind you, this is going to be a potato salad, so your knife cuts don't have to be exactly perfect on this. But this is what we're trying to get, little tiny squares, little tiny dice. This isn't exactly what they call a brunoise, which is a little bit more tinier than that. This is what we call a small dice, and it isn't perfect. Alright, so with celery got this weird kind of shape to it. So what I'll do is I'll cut it down the middle and kind of almost eliminate that weird curve. So I'll put it down, face down. It's kind of the same thing I did with the carrot, just go down. It also helps to split it down the middle like so you can stack them. And after you stack them, just cut them into those sticks again like so. Into the sticks and just dice them. Boom, 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 all the way down. Alright, so now that you have your carrots, your celery, we're going to do the onion now, which is, I usually make sure it's a red onion for this recipe. Not only does it give it an interesting, specific type of onion flavor, but it also gives it that color that pops out. Just like you have the celery and the carrots, the green and the orange, you have a little bit of purple with the red onion. So here we go. This is how I do a red onion, just like this. So I'll start with my whole onion, half it, keep the root on temporarily. Let's actually, you know what, for this we'll cut the root off. In many cases we keep that root on so it'll hold it together. I like to save my end cuts, and what I'll do is I'll pickle them so that you have something that you can work with a pickle later. So with these, as you'll notice, onions have almost a natural pattern to them. So what I'll do is I'll go down just like so. Just go down in lines. Lines, 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 lines. And if it's a line like that, like this, for example, it's just one line. This is what we call a julienne. And you can do that with any vegetable. What I'll do is I'll take that julienne, stack them in order, and I'll cut them into a dice. And this isn't the traditional way to cut an onion, but for what we're doing, this is fine. One other thing we'll cut is this fresh dill here. I get about a bunch at the grocery store. Actually, not a whole bunch. It's just a small little package of it that you can get at any store, any grocery store for that matter. But I just ball it up like so and just kind of run my knife through it, make it real fine. Prior to this, I took the stems out, which you're going to want to do because too much stem gets a little not very good with the mouthfeel. So now you got dill, onions, celery, and carrots. So now what we'll do is we'll come back and check on our hard-boiled eggs. So according to this, if I've done this right, now some of them break apart and the yolk comes out, but if I've done it right, the skin should come off very easily. So this one's almost coming off close to a glove. That's not a perfect egg, but for what we're doing, that is useful. But for the sake of this video, I will show you exactly how to peel the egg so that you do get a perfect egg. But the idea is to cook them right so that it peels perfectly. I did lose a little bit there. If you cook it perfectly, it'll come off like a glove. Always always dip it back in to get the shells off. Hit it on the bottom, because the bottom there's a little air pocket that happens during the cooking process. Just kind of rub your thumb through it like that. It should come off, just like a glove. Very smooth. So I cooked about 4 of these. And what I'll do is I'll quarter them. Actually, no, I'll actually cut it into 1/8. So I have small pieces, not too small. And I'll show you in just a second. So you peel them like that, etc., etc. So here's the test. Are my eggs green around the yolk? What does that look like? That's what we're looking for. That is why we shock the eggs in ice water. Therefore, it doesn't continue to cook, and that's where you get that green color around the egg yolks. If you do it like this, this is very good for presentation purposes. So the finishing touches, we got our potatoes, which are cooked and chilled, carrots, celery, onions, dill, and hard-boiled eggs, mayo, mustard, salt and pepper to taste. And put it all together in a perfect ratio, and you're going to get yourself a great potato salad. Sometimes I'll finish it with paprika, but for this video, we won't do it quite that way. So here goes. So we take our carrots, celery, and onion, put it into the pot with our potatoes. Just make sure I can do the holding the camera. And just like that, put it in there. And we'll get everything off the cutting board too, because it doesn't hurt to not only keep it clean. That's one thing to consider when you're cooking, is to keep things clean. If you're able to get all the extra vegetables off your plate, not only are you not wasting stuff, you're also keeping things cleaner, so when they actually go to actually clean it, it won't take it as long. So, you got your mixture of that, potatoes, you're gonna put the eggs in, just like so. Eggs, and with the potatoes, carrots, celery, onions. So these two cutting boards go in, and we will clean all that. So now we have that, and we will take our mayo. Not too much, just enough to give it a good acid. A little salt. Never season outside of the box. Just put it in your hand, take the right ratio, mix that in there, but never ever season right from the box. And what that'll do is that'll put you at risk of spilling it in the food, and that becomes a nightmare to get that salty, over seasoned flavor out of your good food. And finish off with a little cracked black pepper. And you really, for this amount, you're going to really want to lay it in there, because there ain't nothing wrong with too much cracked black pepper. So, keep going on with that, and we'll have something great. And I'll just take this, and I'll just fold everything together, and you got yourself a really good potato salad. Your finished product should look something like that.